Hello, today we're going to have a quick overview of Axis Camera Companion. For this we're going to show you a quick tutorial about version 2.11.06. This is a free application that you can download to control, view and play back footage from your Axis cameras. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you quickly how to create a new site, as though you've just had a new installation, and it's going to ask you for your site name. We can change this later. This can be given it unique names if you've got a site in one town and a site in another town. For example, you can call one London and you can call one Manchester. We can use password if we want to lock the software. You don't have to, but for this we're going to turn that off so we don't have to. Choose the cameras that you've actually got installed, whether they are power over Ethernet or wired cameras, and once you've selected that, click on next. What it will do then is it will do a quick search to see any cameras it can automatically detect on your network. Once it's detected all the cameras, they'll all appear in a list here with a basic picture about this size, so you can actually get a little bit of an idea of what it can see, and it'll come up with a serial number. It will probably also ask you for password for the camera, and you'll probably have to enter the password into each of the cameras. Once you've added all them to a maximum of 16 cameras, you can do more cameras, but you have to create more than one layout. This is just to create one layout. We click on next and it'll ask if we have finished. At this point you should end up with a big live picture here and a film strip of cameras all the way down the side here, with a left arrow here and a right arrow there to scroll left and right on the film strip to look at all the different cameras. You will notice at this time they all just are called by their serial number. On the film strip here we should be able to see some coloured bars coming down here for each of the cameras. Typically it's blue for just your continuous recording, with red patches depending on how much movement there has been on the cameras, to give you an idea when there's actually been movement there. So if you're looking for an event, it's a handy thing to look for. There is a calendar here, so we can choose a different date if you want to. Within that date you get your 24-hour window there that we can drag, we can click, and we can do whatever we want with that. And when you've found about the time that you want to review from, we can click on play. But not only that, but this little arrow here allows you to speed up the rate at which you're playing back, slow it down, or actually go backwards. When you found the section that you actually want, we can click on the individual cameras down here, which will change the pictures up here. And when you found the section that you want to actually download, this save button here will be highlighted. If we click on it, it'll bring up a pop-up box and it'll just allow you to enter a start time and a finish time and which cameras you actually want to download the footage from. When you click on save, it will save it into your My Documents folder. So if you go to your start bar and My Documents, that's where it will save your footage to. In the cog symbol here, all the cameras that you've actually installed will appear down this list. Again, they won't have camera names, they will be listed by their serial numbers. If you click on the serial number, you can then simply just type in the new name for the actual camera. If you say only have 10 cameras and you decide to add an extra one at a later date, we can click on this little symbol here for adding a camera, and that will go through the same process as we did when we first started it to find your new camera. Exactly the same process. Enter the password, click on save, and then that will appear in this list as well. Now if all your cameras are in this list and they're in a different order, you can simply left click onto one of the pictures and you can drag it up and you can drop it. A line will appear across where you're going to drop it in between the next section of cameras, so you can rearrange all your cameras to put them in order. The benefits of that is when you come back to the live screen here, all your cameras in this film strip here will be in order from left going to right, depending on what you've got, from top going to bottom. In this window here, not only will you see if the camera is on and what the camera name is, but it'll actually tell you the status of the camera as well, if it's actually working, if it's got an error, or if it's got a storage error. Also within that box, it tells you what recording you're actually doing for motion detection, continuous recording, and it'll actually tell you, most importantly, where you're actually recording the information to, albeit memory card or network attached storage, and the naughty audio if you're using that. On the site here, we can see the site name. As I said earlier, we can change the site name to whatever you want it to do by simply changing that. We can change your administrator access, which is basically changing your password, which will be there. If you have members of staff that you want to be able to watch the cameras, we can enable operator access, and what that means is that they won't get this cog symbol, so they can't change your settings. They can only watch the live feed or view footage back. We can change the configuration sheet, which is you can save as a PDF your basic settings of all your cameras, how long they're going to record for, if they're on IP, if they've got access to the internet, just basic information. And the most important one is to export the configuration to a file so that if your computer ever goes corrupt, you can easily recover the settings that you've already got saved. There is other options for internet access and customize, but I'll cover them in a different tutorial, and we don't really need to do them now. All that the customize will do at the moment is just tell you where you're going to save your screenshots and your video clips, which is basically in My Documents folder in your Start menu on your desktop. So we've got the live view with a big picture and your film strip of smaller pictures. If you want to change your cameras, just simply click on a different camera and that will appear up here. Your film strip to review any footage that you may or may not have it on here. If there's no blue bar with the red patches in it and it's just showing white, your camera possibly isn't recording. Up here we've got an option. We can help, we can check for updates, we can switch to a different site, or we can log off. I think I've shown you everything that I can show you briefly in this quick tutorial. I'm hoping I'll be able to cover this a bit more thorough when I get some demonstration cameras. Thanks. Bye.